Hi and welcome to our class. Bienvenido a nuestra clase. My name is Shri López and I am going to be your instructor for STSC Transitions to College Success. So this pertains to all of my classes that are going to be taking place in fall 2019. So whether you're first 8 weeks or second 8 weeks, morning or afternoon, this information is for you. So what I wanted to do is just wanted to make a quick video introduction just to officially welcome you to the college and to our class, and to go over a couple questions that I received about, what is this class about? What do I need to bring to class? Do I need the book? Where do I get the book from? What are we doing on the first day? And how to contact me. So rather than reapply to every single one of those emails because there's multiple classes, I figured let me just do it all at one time. I'm going to send it out to everybody all at once. And then if any additional questions arise, then I'm going to see you guys within the next few days anyway, and I'll be able to address those in person in the group setting unless it's something private. Sound like a plan? So first of all, let me take a moment to formally introduce myself. So again, my name is Shri López, and I am actually the College Readiness Academic Advisor for the South Campus. So what I do is I work with all of the students in the College Readiness Program. So that is Math 0090, that is INRW 0090, that's Integrated Reading and Writing. I'm also the ESL/ESOL advisor for our campus, so anybody who's taking English as a second language, so that is workplace or everyday English, and people that are taking ESOL, English for Speakers of Other Languages, that is the academic track for people that are learning English after they move to the United States. That's my group. I also teach those classes when I'm not teaching your class. And what else do I do? Let me think. Okay, so I work for Academic Foundations for South Campus. My full-time role is the academic advisor role for student development services under advising and counseling for South Campus. So I actually do have an office at the South Campus, and I'm a full-time employee during the day, which means you can find me if you need me. I also work as an adjunct instructor for the Southeast Campus, so that's your location, under Academic Foundation, so that's teaching your STSC classes. And then lastly, as of right now, I'm trying to think if there's anything else they've added to my plate. I also serve as one of the adjunct instructors under the Business and Technology Division through Tarrant County College Connect, so that's TCC Connect, which is our online campus that houses all the 100% online classes and the hybrid credit level courses. So under the business arena, I'm able to teach marketing, human resources, and certain other business courses as well. So you might see me again. So like I said, this is my 11th year here at TCC, 9 years full-time, 2 years part-time, as an instructor, as an advisor. In my case right now, I'm doing a little bit of both, and I work for all three divisions. I'm one of the few employees that has done it in the past, and I'm doing it right now, which people probably think I'm crazy because I just had major surgery a month ago, and I'm already back going full throttle with teaching ESL, teaching you guys, and we just went through the first week of of classes, and I'm back in, well, easing back into it. Let's just say that. Okay. What else? I'll go over some of the more specifics about, any other things that you guys have, specific questions about me as we go along. In my case, I have 2 degrees. My first degree is in Spanish language teaching from the University of Texas at Austin. And my second degree that I earned back in 2018, this was last year. My first one was from 2007, so I was at UT 03 to 07 during the glory days. Tear. My second degree I earned between 2016 and 2018. So I also have a master's degree in human resources training and development from Amberton University. And I'm currently planning my next move right now too. But one thing at a time, right? And like I said, we'll address any additional questions that you guys have about me, like closer to that time. So what is STSC? Let's look at that first. So STSC, Transitions to College Success, the short way to describe it is how to be a good college student. So that's getting you guys adjusted to either coming from high school into college, or in the case of me typically having night and weekend classes, that I typically don't have students that are between the ages of 18 and 22. Most of my students are a little bit more life experience, a little bit more mature, like a fine wine. So the way that I design my class is a little bit different with that more adult audience in mind. So these are typically students that are working full-time hours, 40, 50, 60 hours a week. They might be working multiple jobs like I did for both of my degrees. I worked full-time and I was a full-time student both times. So it can be done. I'm living proof. Still standing, right? And then a lot of them are married. A lot of them have children. A lot of students have grandchildren. A lot of them are caregiving for other family members, whether it's an elderly family member or somebody who's sick, and now they're throwing college into the mix. They're turning on the blender and watching it swirl away, right? So we need to make sense of all this stuff that is on your plate and find a way for you to manage all of it, so that way you can kind of find a way to be super at everything, right? So we'll look at that. We'll look at some of those different resources that are here on campus. I tend to like to take you guys around to the different offices or invite them to come. It just depends on who I can sweet talk into coming in on a Saturday, which is their day off. But it just kind of depends on who we get. So we'll roll from there. What we'll do is we'll talk about motivation, keeping you motivated, keeping your eye on the prize, your goal setting, because what I've noticed is a lot of times people know what they want to do, or they know what job they're trying to get. What I've noticed is it's not so much as people don't know what I want to be when I grow up. It's I'm not sure how to get there, or I've worked this job 10, 15, 20 years, but now I've plateaued. I can't get promoted. I need to retrain. I need to acquire some additional skills. They need the fancy sheet of paper that says I know what I'm doing, even though I've been doing this job for umpteenth years. And we need to figure out, what does that next chapter of life look like? So you'll see me try to make those comparisons, since I'll have more than one audience that I'm catering to in those night and weekend classes. We talk about within the goal setting arena, short-term goals, long-term goals, because a lot of times people know that they, what they want to do. It's just a matter of trying to stay the course to get there. And in some cases, it might involve multiple institutions. It might involve us. It might involve a university. And then some of you guys are planning to go to law school, medical school, dental school, pharmacy school. I've got quite a few people that want to be physical therapists. That's 3 different locations, 3 different colleges or universities that are involved in this process. It's like trying to please mom, dad, and grandma, and it can be overwhelming at times. So what we need to do is we need to take this plan, break it down into little pieces, and check off what you're getting done, so that way we don't miss any steps. Okay? And for some people, it could be doing, here's my 1-year plan, 2, 5, 7, 10 year. And for some people, that's a bit much for them, and we probably need to break it down into, here's what I need you to get done this month. Here's what we are doing for this semester between now and December. Here's your plan from January through May. And then we extend it out from there. So that way they have those things to physically check off. And then that way you can see that you're actually making forward progress toward what you said that you wanted to accomplish. We'll look at different ways to kind of manage your time as well. So time management is going to be a big role in trying to create that balance. the way people learn, because I will tell you from experience, the way I learned when I was 18 years old back in 2003, when I first set foot on the University of Texas at Austin's campus, versus when I first set foot at Amberton University in June 2016, as somebody who was over the age of 30. I just turned 31 at that time. It was night and day, because I could retain information so much more easily when I was 18. But when I started working on my master's, I was lucky if I remembered what I had for breakfast, so I had to really adjust how I approached my study time, because I didn't have as much of it as I would like, because I already had a full-time established job. And it took some adjusting, but like I said, I made it through, so I'm proof that it can be done. It's just, it's going to really be a character building experience, and it's going to really show you how you handle adversity, and when things get hard, what is your response to them. And if we need to refine those responses, then that's going to show us what we need to do. Okay. Let's see. What else do we need? So yeah, that's kind of the gist of what the class is about. So remember, we've got our 2 sets of classes, which I can't remember if I mentioned it before, but just in case I didn't, I'm going to go ahead and mention it again. So the first group of classes, your class starts on Saturday, August 31st, and you end on Saturday, August 12th. So that's STSC 0111-42060. That is the morning class. 42070, that is the afternoon class. Morning class, you are 8:30 to 10:25 a.m. Afternoon class, you are 12:30 to 2:25 p.m. Then oh crap, I can't see. What did I do here? And then October, folks, when we get there. So STSC 42150, you're the morning class. STSC 42170, you are the afternoon class. The classes will be at the same time. 8:30 to 10:25 a.m. for the morning people, 12:30 to 2:25 for the afternoon folks. There is a 2-hour gap in the middle. That's where I hold my office hours. So morning students, you'll come to office hours after class. And then afternoon students, your office hours will be held before classes. Okay? Again, I've got 2 hours where you can come in. You can work with me one-on-one. You can work together in small groups. If you just need a quiet place just to study because it's chaotic at home, you're welcome to come up there. Just check in with me just to make sure, to confirm those times, because there are some meetings and events and trainings that I do have to attend occasionally on Saturdays. There's some other things that kind of go with my full-time role that I have to tend to, but I will notify you of those dates in advance. Okay? So I want to make sure I got that. We covered what STSC is, supplies, materials. So let's talk about the textbook. This is not the one I wanted. This one. So yes, you will need the book for class. It is this textbook right here, A Pocket Guide to College Success. It is the 2nd edition. You see it's very small, 15 chapters. It's a quick read, so we'll get through it over the next 7 to 8 weeks, depending on if you're the first 8 weeks class or the second class. One class meets 7 weeks, the other set they meet 8 weeks, so we'll just have to watch those dates and be mindful of our schedule. The book, so how you find that is in WebAdvisor. When you log in, at the top of the screen, there's going to be a link that says bookstore. You click on the little bubble. There's going to be an option for you to select your schedule. If it does prompt you to select the semester, then, select fall 2019. So whether it's August or October, it's still going to be, the whole semester is still fall 2019. Select that. So check off the little check boxes on the left that show you what your classes are, and it will redirect you to our on-campus bookstore. So that way you can see what books are required, which ones are recommended, and how much they cost if you purchase them in-house. So this would apply to whether you go in person and you go buy them from any of one of our campus bookstores. So remember, each campus has one, or if you order the book online and have it shipped to you. Okay, if you're going to order the book or buy it off a friend, get it from a third-party seller, then you want to make sure that you have the ISBN. So you see right here, it says ISBN above the barcode, and then there's a 978 number. So all of our textbooks all start with 978. Make sure that it is this number. So what I would do is you want to copy and paste that number into your browser window when you're searching for a book. Like if you're going to look on Amazon, eBay, Chegg, cheap books or half price books, Barnes & Noble. If you're going to look directly with the publisher, then it will pull up the exact edition, and it needs to be the second edition. The first edition's assignments do not align with our current assignments. They shuffled around the chapters. The book should not cost you any more than $45. Used, it runs about $15 to $20 depending on where you buy it from. I've heard some people got it for $5. But yeah, new, don't pay any more than $40 to $45. Okay, that should be about what it runs. Then what else you will need? You will also need something to write with, such as a pen, ooh, fancy ones, or a pencil. This one right here is a lovely little number 2 pencil. When you're just taking notes or doing other daily assignments, I don't really have a preference as far as which one that you use. It's just when you take your exams, there's going to be 2 of them. You have a midterm and you have a final. And those need to be done in pencil because your Scantron answer sheets cannot read pen. It reads it as if the answer sheet is blank. So again, make sure that you have a pencil. It could be a regular pencil or it could be a mechanical pencil. Okay. You will also need a highlighter for whenever we get to our note-taking activity. Any color is fine, whichever one's your favorite color. Speaking of the Scantron answer sheets for your midterm and your final, so your 2 tests. Ta-da! That's what it looks like. It looks like my lovely little blue shirt. The number is SC882E, and that is right here. Sorry, it's a little bent up. So SCMC Charlie 882-E Echo. That's the one that you need. Make sure that your answer sheet is blue. They sell them in the campus bookstore, so at Southeast Campus, you can buy them in the bookstore. I think you can pick them up in the Student Activity Center. Last I heard, they were still available down there, free of charge if you're on campus during the day. And then also, there's like 2 or 3 vending machines on the first floor at Southeast Campus that sells the answer sheets. I haven't seen them here at South or anywhere else, but I have seen them at Southeast Campus. So before you have an exam, you want to make sure that you check for that, okay? Also, if you're going to buy it from the machines do not take credit or debit card. I'm sorry, I tested them. They can be a little finicky, so you want to bring like an actual $1 or 2 and maybe bring a couple of quarters. Because sometimes when I was testing out, sometimes it took my $1, sometimes it wanted exact change. The Scantrons run you about 35-40 cents a piece. You only need 2 for my class. They also sell them in packages of 6, and I think it's like $4 or something like that. It's $3 or $4. If you need to use your card, then you need to plan to buy the Scantrons from the bookstore. Oh, another thing with your book, I almost forgot. Check the shipping date on your textbook if you're going to order it. If it looks like it's going to take longer than a week to arrive, then make plans to either download the electronic version that'll give you instant access, the ebook. You need to either plan to come up to campus and use our copies that we have on electronic reserves in the library. We have 3 of them in the Southeast Campus library, 2 in the South Campus that you can check out. You just cannot leave the library with them, but you will have library and computer access. And then you can, or you just plan to come up here and pick it up yourself, okay? But yeah, with the class being so short, we can't really afford to wait for that book to take longer than a week to arrive. And you need to get it within the next couple of days, okay? Let me see what else. Oh, a 3x5 or 4x6 little note card. So it looks like this. Just one of them is fine. And what this is for your midterm exam. I allow you guys to use a one note card. So you can either write your little notes on there, or you can type them up in like little size 8 font, cut the little sentence strips out, glue stick them on there, or tape it on there however you want to make it work. On both sides you can. It's just it needs to be an actual note card. Again, 3x5 or 4x6. Do not bring like a half or full page. Really, I don't think there's enough content. I personally don't feel like you need it. Like, the exams are both 25 questions. They're multiple choice. There's like 3 questions from each chapter. And it's process of elimination when it's multiple choice. So I personally think it slows you down, because really you can kind of get done with the exam in about 15 to 20 minutes. But that's, that's personal preference, and it is an option that's available to you. You need something to write on, such as a lovely little spiral notebook, like this one. Ooh, ah. And then something to save your work on. So a little flash drive, or if you're pretty familiar with using the Google Drive, then you can use that as well. And something to store your assignments in. So this right here is a notebook or like a binder. This is a 1-inch binder, and it also has dividers. So I did want to work with you guys on making sure that you are organized for not only my class, but some of your other classes, because we don't want you guys taking your worksheets, your handouts, and your homework assignments, throwing them in a bag or in your car, getting them crumpled up, ripped up, they blow away, you spill something on them. We want to make sure that we take care of your work. TCC ID card that you can get from any one of our mail and copy centers. You just need to know what your ID number is and your class schedule. So, and then that way they'll run off one of these for you. So looks like this. This one has my maiden name on it. Has a barcode on it. So that way, when you go to the Reading and Writing Center, any of our other tutoring labs, the library, computer lab, the gym, to go use the pool or anything like that, then we can identify you. You can just swipe in and keep trucking. Okay. So those are the supplies that you're going to need for the course. So you see the supply list isn't super extensive. The other thing that you will need to plan on having is you need access to reliable internet. And I would also say plan to do your work from a desktop or a laptop computer, excluding Google, the Google Chromebook, excuse me, I almost forgot what I was trying to say. They tend to glitch a lot with some of these assignments. I'm not sure why that is, but they just tend not to work very well with them. So I would make sure it's a true laptop or a true desktop computer. You can use a Mac. So like I have some students that have like MacBook Pros and things like that, MacBook Air. It's just what you have to remember is you have to convert the files. So if you're using Pages, Sheets, or Slides, so Pages is the equivalent of Microsoft Word, Sheets is Excel, Slides is PowerPoint, then you have to remember when you get ready to submit your assignments, you have to export them to Word, Excel, or PowerPoint, so that way we can actually open them. All of our computers here on campus are their PCs, they're Dells, so we can't open those Microsoft Office files. If you use something through Google Docs, then you want to make sure that you grant me permissions to actually open up and edit the file, because sometimes people have turned in stuff to me, I've gotten the link, and when I click on it, it says access denied. So you got to make sure that you open up those preferences so I can actually get in there and see it. And then, with the Mac computers, same thing, you want to make sure that that stuff's been exported, so then that way when I open the file, it will actually show your work. I'm one that will tell you if I cannot open the assignment, but I do have some of my colleagues here that, you know what, if they can't open it, then they don't count it as on time, or they won't count it at all. So we want to make sure that you are fully familiar with using your chosen electronic device. If you do not have access to Microsoft Office, then in my TCC there's a link that says Microsoft Office 365 or 365 Pro Plus, and if you click on that link from the device that you need to install the software on, there's going to be a hyperlink that says Get Office 365. Click on that, enter your TCC email address, and it will install it for you. So we already paid for it for you, so go ahead and take advantage of it. Don't go out there and go buy that stuff. And you can put it on 5 devices, and it's good for a couple of years. I think it's good for like 5 years or something. So plenty of time for you to do what you need to do, get across the stage from here and keep trucking. And by the time you move on to your next university, a lot of them have contracts with some of these different providers. I know UT did, so we didn't really have to. I think we paid like $6 for ours. It was really inexpensive. Okay. So that covers the supplies. I covered where to buy the books and all that good stuff as well. I'll check in with my past classes to see if anybody wants to sell their book. I'll invite them by class. So that could also potentially be an option. Every now and then I'll have a student that might donate their book if they hear that there's somebody going through a particularly challenging financial situation. Again, do not forget that the books are on reserves as well in the library. It's just you can't leave without them, but that's my workaround for people that are getting student loans, people whose financial aid doesn't disperse right away. I know the loans, they typically take I think it's like 30 days after school starts. And then veterans benefits, same thing. They don't always pay out right when school starts too. The plan for the first day of class. So the first day, we're going to go through introductions and kind of what the class is going to be about. During the second half of class, the second hour, we already have an appointment with the Reading and Writing Center. So during that second hour, we're actually going to go over there. They have some information that they're going to go over with you guys. Also, I need to confirm that everybody can log in. So I would say I'm going to have you log in on the campus computers, but then also bring the device that you're going to be working on if it is going to be a laptop, because I need to make sure that our programs are going to be working on there as well. We did go through a full system upgrade on July 10th. So a lot of people have been locked out of their accounts, and I'm going to visually check before every single one of you walks out the door on the first day that you can get in. And I'm checking because it just happens too many times where people pretend that they can access the work. Yep, I understand. I know how to log in. And then 4 weeks in the class, they haven't turned in a single thing, but they've been coming every day. So, you know, it doesn't match up. And all they really had to do was just say, Miss, I got locked out. Do you know how I can reset my password? And it's like, sure, I'll, hang out after class for a few minutes or come a few minutes early. Let's call tech support. Let's see if we can get back in there. It's something as simple as that, versus you falling behind in this class and your other classes too. I mean, you might miss important information from the financial aid department regarding your money, any other types of benefits. There's scholarships that are open right now. It's just one of those things where, just communication goes a long way. If I know what's going on, I'm going to work with you on it, okay? Also, contact information. So you guys actually do have my contact information. It's on your syllabus, also known as your Instructor Course Requirements Document, or ICR. I also put it at the bottom of every email and announcement that I send out. So you'll see my office number on there. 817-515-4033. That's my direct line to my desk whenever I am there. And then you'll also see my email address there. So you'll see Cherie.Lopez at tccd.edu. That's my Outlook account. Cherie.Lopez at my.tccd.edu. That's my Gmail. And both of them are synced with my cell phone and my personal laptop. So I will receive your messages. It's just if I don't reply right away, I'm in a meeting, about a meeting to plan a meeting, teaching a class or something like that. Doesn't mean I didn't see it. It's just I might be occupied at the moment, but I haven't forgotten about you, okay? What else? If there's anything else, I think that was all I needed to cover. Because anything else, we'll go ahead and we'll address it on the first day. So remember, our classroom is on the second floor on the ESEE building. So that's the one that's the closest to Highway 360. So second floor, room 2317. So just try to be on time. So whether you're at 8:30 or if you're at 12:30. So that way we can get started, and the sooner we get done, the sooner we can get over to the Reading and Writing Center. Once they're done, you guys can go for the day. So, like I said, I'm giving them that whole second half of the class, and if they're done in 30 minutes, they're done in 30 minutes. Okay? So, like I said, I'm looking forward to really meeting all of you guys. You know, we're going to work hard, but we play hard too. You know, it is a Saturday, so I'll try to make it fun for you guys. I'll try to create an environment where you guys get a chance to work together and get to know each other. This might be the only support system that you do have. So we want to make sure that everything is, you know, in place, and we provide you with all the tools that you need to be successful at whatever it is that you would like to do. Also, we want to set that strong foundation because I'd like to see you guys up here on the wall. So if you look above me, oh, look, see, it keeps going. And even over here too, there's some other things on the wall. None of those are actually my awards. Those are awards that my past students and some of my current students have won. Actually, every one of these behind me, directly behind me, full scholarship winners. I've got a couple of other ones, and then I've got about 13 people that are on the deans, the honors, and the merit list that I found out about today. So I've got about another 15 frames to put up. I only have 4 frames, hashtag first world problems. But that's a good problem. That's the kind of problem I want to have. Oh no, I got to go to the store and buy some more frames to frame more awards that my awesome students have done, you know. Give me a good problem to have. Oh no, I've got to go to another banquet. What am I going to wear? Oh, I got to hold another scholarship check that one of my students won. Oh, poor me. So that could be you. It's just, you know, you just got to keep your eye on the prize, and you have to internalize that, yes, this is what I want to do. I'm ready to get after it. You know, no matter what happens, no matter what adversity I face, I'm ready to face it head on. I'm getting in here. We're doing this one time, and you're getting across the stage. All right? So, like I said, we will talk soon. And, like I said, hang in there. Take care of each other. And I am out of here. Bye.